Hey, Sam Crowley, welcome back to the show. Kind of an informal setting today. We're not in front of the big green screen with a lot of production, which is kind of perfect for today's show. A little bit of a fireside chat. The message for today, first of all, number one, thanks for being a subscriber. If you don't subscribe to my videos and our YouTube channel, just click the subscribe button here on YouTube. Make sure that you're notified every single time there's a new video that comes out, because it's the best in personal development, motivation, inspiration, business branding, and all of that. I really believe it. I believe this is the best YouTube channel you could ever subscribe to if you have even an ounce of a dream, okay? Even 1 ounce of a dream, because it'll bring that out. It'll grow it, okay? The beauty of this message and my channel and my story is you don't got to be perfect. You know, the more flaws, the better. You know, the more messed up you are, the more successful I think you're going to be, because you got to be real. And that's what today's message is about, accepting who you are. It's about really accepting that individual that you know that you want to be and that you are. But look, you can't worry about what the message, how it's going to play in front of every audience everywhere. You know, you just got to accept, number one, who you are and get that message out. You know, when I built this brand, I had a lot of advice. Let me tell you, I think the worst advice I ever received by far, and this was in corporate too. Sam, you got to act like you've got, a lot of assistants out there, people that are, all these layers between, the customer and Sam Crowley. Like, they got almost fight to get to you. One guy in corporate, when I got promoted into the division manager role, said, hey, here's the advice. Always have your assistant put your voicemail message on your business phone, meaning, hi, you've reached the office of Sam Crowley. Sam is not available right now. I'm like, really? Why do I want it? Well, because you want to make it look like you're important. I'm like, that sounds stupid to me. That's not even who I am. But maybe that works for you. Got the same advice when I became an entrepreneur. One guy I hired to coach me at the time said, yeah, you gotta hire a virtual assistant, Sam, even if it's in the Philippines, that can, act as your buffer, and nobody can get to Sam, because it makes it sound more, like you can charge more money if you can get to Sam. I'm like, that's kind of the same advice I got in corporate. I don't really believe that, because if I don't want to talk to somebody, I just won't talk to them. I don't really need to, and I'll just tell them if they keep, blowing up my phone or email, and say, hey, not interested. It's not really, can't help you out, something like that. We've lost the art of communicating. So many people hide behind email and stuff. I pick up the phone. I call, for example, if you've ever been involved in any of my products or anything like that, coaching client, even with the Empower Network I've been involved in for 6 weeks or so, I pick up the phone and call everybody. I don't hide behind it. And if people respect that, I mean, we're all adults. Nobody really abuses the fact. I think a lot of people have my cell number out there. Nobody really abuses it. And if they call too many times, hey, call them too many times. What's wrong with picking up the phone and calling somebody? You know how much more you could sell of your product? You know how more real you could be? If you wanted to be a speaker, for example, everybody wants to be a speaker, get paid to speak and all that great stuff. You see my videos making $100 grand in an hour, speaking from stage and all that. Do you know how I landed those jobs? It wasn't sending emails and fancy press kits. It wasn't having my assistant call, or, hey, go to Sam's calendar online and book a time to talk. Get lost, man. That's what I would say to somebody. You know what I did? I picked up the phone and I called event planners. I called local Rotary clubs. I may email them ahead of time, but I would pick up the phone and call them. If they got back to me with a number, then I would call. And if they didn't, I'd call anyway. The art of communication is pretty much, non-existent these days. Everybody's texting and email and all that. How does that fit into who you are? That's horrible advice. I think that's terrible advice. Let me ask you a question. If you're a business owner and you wanted to bring somebody in to speak, all right, would you respect the fact more if somebody picked up the phone and called you and you got a chance to really hear what their energy is like, right, and what their message is about? Or would you like some assistant to send you a press kit to go through? You ain't gonna read that thing, And so, I know that works for some people, but that's not who I am. That's the whole point of this message. You gotta be who you are, and then you gotta accept who you are. That's the biggest thing. You gotta really accept the individual you are. I know my limitations, and I accept where I'm at right now, okay? I accept the fact where I'm at personally, all right? I'm always looking to grow. I don't accept where I'm at professionally, and I'm always looking to push the envelope. But I know, man, there's some things that I'm just not very good at. Okay, so I'm not somebody that's going to go out there and write an ebook or shoot a video on how to be a handyman. All right, that ain't my skill set whatsoever. My wife can attest to that. Stop doing stuff that you think other people want to see or hear or do. Just be who you are, man. It's so refreshing of a concept. You know, who do you follow online? Who are some of the people you plug in online? Myself, obviously, you're watching this video. Who are the other people that you watch online? You know, my guess is that you resonate with these individuals because you have something in common and you can relate to them, right? And then think of all the phony plastic individuals. Think of people at work. You know, if you're in a job right now, do you think your CEO wakes up in the morning with, if it's a male, for example, they wake up with a tie and cufflinks on, their hair perfectly combed, shaven? No, they're just like you and me, okay? They put this costume on and then they go into make-believe land and they talk with big words for 8 or 10 hours and then they go and they fail miserably at the rest of their life like everybody does. So stop putting people on pedestals. Put yourself on a pedestal, you know, and give yourself permission to play big. And that's really the entire concept of this message, you know. You're just as good, if not better, than anybody else out there. But there's this block right here. All right, you got this mental block that you don't think that your message is good enough. And I'm here to tell you, damn it, your message is better than most people out there. You know why? Because it's coming from you. You know, it's not contrived. If you want to speak, for example, do this. I wrote an article or shot videos when I first started online titled Cincinnati Motivational Speaker. Never got paid a dime to speak at the time, but I wanted to call myself a speaker. Wrote an article, got to Google in 90 minutes for that keyword, Cincinnati Motivational Speaker. If you Google that now, you'll see a video, an article, things like that out there, just dominating the local Cincinnati market as a speaker. Why don't you do that? Why don't you type in Charlotte or Los Angeles or Chicago or Des Moines or Dallas and just call yourself whoever you are. Internet marketing specialist, speaker, healer, gardener, home improvement, whatever it is, just own it. You got to own the space you're in, but you got to own this space in your head first, or it's never going to make any sense to you, and more importantly, your end user. You know, it's just, you can't be somebody on the outside that you're not congruent with on the inside, all right? So now, for the last 20 seconds, I want to plug probably the greatest book. You know I'm going right there. Here's the book I just wrote. No More Workdays, The Journey to Make It Every Day is Saturday. It's on Amazon.com. And this is everything, this is my life's journey from being broke and bankrupt, ex-stutter, college dropout, to where I am today, which I still got a lot of work to do on myself. But it's a real book about a real person. And it's got great reviews on Amazon. You can pick it up. Just search my name on Amazon.com, Sam Crowley. Buy the book, and you'll see what I'm talking about getting a real message out. It was tough because when I sat with the author and we did the book, she said, hey, you're either going to be you and it's going to be great, or you're going to try to write a book that other people want to hear and it's going to flop miserably. So I took her advice, and it was a couple times I said, geez, do we really want to go there? And she said, you got to go there, Sam. You got to go there because that's who you are. You got to say it. You got to say what's on your mind. So yeah, I'm plugging the book. Is that okay? That I'm a fan of my own book? Is that okay? Do you give me permission to play big? It's a phenomenal book. Got great reviews on Amazon. Buy it. And then let me know. Leave a review out there. But also leave a comment on this video, man. Just say, I'm giving myself permission to play big. Just type it into the comment box. Don't worry what other people are going to think. Just claim it, man. Claim your space on this video. Say, I'm giving myself permission to play big. The hell with what other people think. The hell with the label that's been placed on me over the past 10 or 20 years. I've got what's little left in my life, and none of us know the day or the hour that that's going to end. Do you really want to live with any regret? What's the worst thing that's going to happen, right? You claim your space, you own your space, you say, this is what I'm going to do from now on. Sam Crowley gave me permission to play big, and damn it, I'm going to do it. So get out and do it, all right? My name's Sam Crowley, founder of EverydayIsSaturday.com. If we can help you at all, speak at one of your events, connect with you at any level, hit me up, Sam at EverydayIsSaturday.com. Friend us on Facebook /EverydayIsSaturday, at Sam Crowley on Twitter, whatever it is. Just make sure we connect. Stay plugged into the Everyday is Saturday message, and have the best day ever. Take care.